Throw up the W's, ladies and gentlemen. Put the L in Carolina. Lions win from Ford Field today against the winless Carolina Panthers. Final score 42-24. By the way, my apologies for my voice. I know I sound a little sick. I am a little under the weather right now, so bear with me as I sound disgusting in this video. But you know what is not disgusting? This Detroit Lions victory. And this Detroit Lions team, period, not disgusting whatsoever. What a transition right there. I don't know what that was. Roll with it, baby. The Detroit Lions are now 4-1 on this 2023 season, and that is now a 3-game win streak for this Lions team, too. Let's go! Let's freaking go, baby. Never a doubt. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, never a doubt. Even with this Lions team missing some key pieces coming into this one, no Amon-Ra St. Brown, no Brian Branch, no Jahmyr Gibbs. Even without those big-time pieces, I was never worried about this game. I never came into this one fearing that this might be a trap game for this football team. I mean, let's be honest here. Carolina stinks. Well, let's call it what it is. The Panthers stink. You're as good as your record says you are. And the Carolina Panthers, with a rookie QB who's kind of struggled a little bit to start the year in his career, they're winless. They're now 0-5 in the season. You know, I kind of felt like this was the perfect game to rest guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Brian Branch and Jahmyr Gibbs, who popped up on the injury report late in the week. I feel like this was the perfect game to rest those guys that might not be 100%. Because even without those guys, the Lions still came into this game nearly as 10-point favorites at home. I knew we were going to win this game with or without those pieces. I knew we were probably going to dominate the winless Carolina Panthers with or without those pieces. So, you rest those guys. Hopefully, we will get them back for next week in Tampa Bay. You rest them, and we still went out there and took care of business and dominated. And it was dominant really on both sides of the ball for the Lions today, offensively and defensively. Let's start with the defense, which again today, ladies and gentlemen, was fantastic. Take out the Seattle game this year, and take out Christmas Eve last year against Carolina too. You take out those two stinkers. Honestly, this Lions defense in the second half of last season and to start this season, they've been really good, man, and they've been a lot of fun to watch, too. And that was, once again, the case in this win today. You know, this Lions defense, Bryce Young, it seemed like, was constantly under pressure. We held the Panthers to under 100 rushing yards on the day. This Lions rushing defense continues to impress. And the Lions defense in this game, too, 3 takeaways, all in the first half. Aiden Hutchinson, who we'll talk about in a second here, he got an interception in this game. Lee McNeil forced fumble. Will Harris, not Will Smith, Will Harris, fumble recovery. And then last but not least, Jerry Jacobs. Let's go, Jerry, seatbelt gang. Bang! His third interception in his last 2 games, and the third takeaway on defense today for the Lions. Let's go, Jerry. Let's go, defense. Let's go, Hutch. At what point do we start the conversation? I want to start the conversation right now. It's time to start the conversation. Aiden Hutchinson, Defensive Player of the Year. He needs to start being in the conversation because he has just been so good to start this season. He is having a heck of a start to year 2. That was the case once again today. Look at these numbers. 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, 1 interception, 1 PD. Aiden Hutchinson is a defensive lineman, okay? He's a defensive lineman. He's got 4 interceptions in 2 years, man. What do I always say? He is him. Now, I'll say it one more time because I really do believe it. It is time to start putting him in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron Glenn deserves so much credit for the way this defense has been able to bounce back after the Seattle game and the way the defense has really been able to play. Again, outside of 2 stinkers, really, the way they've been able to play in the second half of last season and to start this year too. Awesome job by the defense. Awesome job by the Lions offense as well. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you already know I've got my roast summer coffee with me in this video. This coffee is so good, I literally changed my shirt. All jokes aside, though, this really is the best cup of coffee I've personally ever had. I start each every morning with a cup of roast umber, and let me tell you, there is no other way I want to start my morning than with my roast umber coffee. I love coffee, and for my fellow coffee lovers out there, whether you prefer your coffee hot or cold, I really cannot recommend roast umber enough. They got the best farmers out in Guatemala and Honduras, the best roaster out in Grand Rapids, Michigan, all to help bring you the best cup of coffee possible. It even says on their website, our goal is to bring you the best cup of coffee. They got their whole bean ground coffee, which is the coffee I personally prefer because I enjoy a hot cup of coffee over cold. But they also got their nitro cold brew, which is also excellent in my opinion. Even for someone who really doesn't drink a lot of cold coffee, Roast Umber's nitro cold brew is so good. If you're a coffee lover like me, give Roast Umber a try. Visit our website, roastumber.com. Link in the description below. On your coffee order, you can always use my coupon code TONYD to save yourself 20% off. And thank you, as always, to Roast Umber for sponsoring this video. Let's go. Delicious. 42 points, nearly 400 total yards of offense. JG, QB1, another big day for him. 20 for 28, 236 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, no interceptions, and the 1 rushing touchdown. A 4 total touchdown day for our QB1. Let's go, JG. Let's go, Jared Goff. David Montgomery. Again, Monty continues to be such a fantastic off-season addition for this football team. Such a fantastic move by Brad Holmes and the Lions. He's been awesome, and he was awesome once again in this football game. 19 carries, 109 rushing yards, back-to-back games for David Montgomery with over 100 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown to go along with 2 catches for 20 yards. David Montgomery this season, in every game that he has played, has at least 1 touchdown. Shout out to David Montgomery. Good stuff from him once again. Hey, shout out to Netflix. 7 carries, 52 yards in his first career NFL touchdown. We see you, Craig Reynolds. The Lions on the ground, 159 rushing yards as a team. And then, through the air, Sam Laporta. He is a star in the making. 2 more touchdowns for him in this one, including his second touchdown. That was some trickery by the wizard, Ben Johnson. Love to see it. Josh Reynolds continues to be such an underrated piece for this football team. Another nice game for him. 4 catches, 76 yards and a touchdown. Khalif Raymond, 3 catches for 45 yards for him in this one. And then lastly, welcome back Jameson Williams. I know a lot of you are going to only talk about and only focus on the drop, which, by the way, my quick thoughts on that. He's basically a rookie, man, okay? He's barely played. He's going to eventually start to catch those. He's way too talented not to. I'm not worried about Jameson Williams. I wasn't worried about the drop whatsoever. I know a lot of you are only going to focus on the drop, but I'm sure you're not going to talk about the fact that he made a big difference in the run game today. Specifically, he had a huge block on that David Montgomery touchdown run in the first quarter, and there was at least one more big rushing play from the Lions today. It was later in the game, but I noticed J-Mo had a block, and I was like, look at J-Mo just making a huge impact in the run game. Good win. Another good win for this Detroit Lions team today. As I said to start the video, ladies and gentlemen, 3 straight wins now, 4-1 on the season. And now we look forward to Tampa Bay in their place next week with a flex start time of 4:25. Let's keep it going. Let's get healthy. Let's go into their place, stay undefeated on the road, and get a 4th straight win to move to 5-1 on the season. Sounds good to me. Let's do it. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next Sunday for Lions and Bucks from Tampa Bay. Let's freaking go Lions, baby.